we go again.
Live and raw, Runnin Gunnin with KG and the Ringmaster. It's the Diggin with KG and Ringy Runnin Gunnin Podcast Show. Coming to you from the prestigious ATC studios in beautiful downtown Burbank, California, where we talk about treasure hunting, metal detecting, and just about everything else. Except for goat roping, corn dogs, llama farms, and unicycles. That's where we draw the line. So without further ado, here are your beloved international superstar television hosts, King George and Ringmaster Tim.
All right, Cage, here we are.
Hey, buddy, we're back. Hopefully have a little better luck than last week, right?
Yeah, hopefully. I don't know if it's up or not, but it looks perfect here. So hopefully we're going.
Right. That's good. Another $1,500 later. Hopefully this one works, huh?
We'll have to spend $3,000 next week if it doesn't work this time.
Right. So what's going on? How was your day?
It was pretty good. Other than the fact that I spent the whole day outside shoveling snow. You know, it was ridiculous.
Well, you should have see what I done. I went and some guy showed me a brand new local dump. Ooh, look at that.
That was me today. Unbelievable.
Are you sure you live in Arizona?
No kidding. Exactly.
Yeah, that's all right. You deserve a good cleaning down there anyway.
So what'd you do, you said?
Well, some guy took me out and showed me where this ancient dump is with cork bottles and everything. I literally found, I wasn't digging, I wasn't sifting, I wasn't doing anything. But I found 2 cork bottles literally sticking out of the ground. I bring them home. This is kind of funny. I stuck them outside in my driveway because it's supposed to rain the next 2 days. I figured, let's let the rain clean them off.
Yeah.
Well, I jump on my 4-wheeler tonight to go up and get a load of wood, and I freaking backed right over the top of both of them. I did, and I just heard this mass crunch and glass break. I'm like, what the hell was that? And I look, and my 2 cork bottles are smashed under the 4-wheeler tire.
That's ridiculous.
What a rookie move.
I know. That's like I've done. I can't even count the number of times. Like I've been in the garage and I'll have a bottle. I get it all cleaned up. You know, you've brought it home and stuff, and then you do like a Chevy Chase, and where you're and it bounces 3 times, bam, right on the cement. You know, and it's just over with. You know, you just got to move on with life.
That's right, buddy.
All right. Hey, I gotta talk about some of this stuff here. This thing, first of all, let's see if I can get this pulled up here. Cover my face with it. Look at that. Did you get a chance to see that?
Oh, McGregor. No, I didn't, but everybody has heard about it. Anybody that watches UFC knows about McGregor losing.
Yeah.
But what a warrior. I mean, really.
Yeah, he kind of looked pretty good at the beginning, you know, like there was a couple times when Poirier, like you could see in his face, it's like, oh crap, you know, what did I get myself into again? And you know, I was just a little nervous about it. I thought, he's probably going to lose this pretty quick. But then, I don't know, just all the leg kicks and everything, he just kind of just destroyed him, basically, after that. His leg wouldn't work, and then it was just a matter of punching.
Connor today walking through a hallway, and he had like a cane because his leg wasn't working right.
Oh, yeah. But look at this.
I'm sure that $20 million will help.
Yeah, it'll ease the pain a bit. But check out like Bruce Buffer's jacket. I mean, seriously, who shops for stuff like that? I mean, I think you and I should start dressing like that. I mean, like purple paisley jacket. It's pretty cool. Yeah,
I like that.
I do too.
You have to get rid of some of your dresses if you want to fill up.
All right.
Now, okay, what about, let's do real quick, football. The Chiefs.
All right.
And Patriots. Oh, still the Patriots.
Yeah.
You got the scores to that too.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
Hey, what, you know, I have to root for the Chiefs, but man, I love Buffalo too. Just because they haven't got in there very often.
Right. They haven't been in hardly at all. They were in 4 times and lost all 4 of them, you know. And one of them just like on a bad kick, so it was kind of sad. But yeah, I was kind of pulling for the Browns or the Bills, but the Browns got beat out. Now we got the Bills. So the Chiefs are in. I can't complain though, because I like Mahomes, so that's not bad.
Kind of gotta like him. Yeah.
But you know what? Everybody has to deal with Brady again.
I just pray Brady loses. I don't know. He's so good. But Mahomes is better. They got a way better team, I think. That's my prediction. I'm predicting Kansas City by 9.
Kansas City by 9.
Yeah.
I'm predicting
that one.
All right, I'll say KC by 5.
All right.
Just a weird number just to have it out there.
All right.
All right, what else we got? I don't know. I got a list of stuff here we got to talk about quick because we got to bring in Frank, and everybody knows the guests tonight, but let's see here. What else we got? We got a cool, let's see, is that in here? Yeah. Let's look at this. This is coming out soon, sometime this week. This will be out. The coin shooter, it's a new quick hitter. It's kind of funny. You'll like it. There's a little bit of history in it. Something kind of cool and different. And then we got the day after the Super Bowl. The new episode comes out. This is a episode of Diggin with KG and Ringy. You know, we had 2 seasons like on Pursuit or whatever. In our 3rd season, we had the Golden Ring and another episode, the Saxon one. But this is one that we actually filmed a couple years ago, and we never did put it out, and we're going to do it. It's coming out. So the day after the Super Bowl, everybody will have like, Super Bowl football withdrawals and everything. So you can go click on diggintv.com and then go watch a new episode. It'll be kind of funny. Yeah. There's some weird stuff in it. I got to tell you that in advance. Surprise.
Yeah, there's never anything weird in our videos, right?
Yeah, exactly. You want to talk about anything? You want to get the DA crew in here now?
You know what? It's going to get so out of control with those guys that we probably should just get them in here because this might be a 2-hour show when they get going.
I know. I mean, we may have to, call the police or something. But all right, why don't we do a little intro thing and
bring the boys in? Yep.
Yeah, let's do it. All right, here we go.
Today's guest.
All right, let's see if I can figure out how to get these guys in here. All right.
At least Ronnie.
Yeah, at least one of them or something. Let's see. Let me go to the gallery.
Dude, throw them out already?
Oh, no. I got to go. I just got to go find the participants. Waiting room. Admit all. There we go.
There you go. Yeah.
Are they back? There they come.
There they are. Look at them.
Sorry. I'm sorry. I had to catch up on signing these autographs. Apologize. I'm admiring my picture in the book.
Oh, look at that. All right. Hey, now everybody knows this is the Detect America professional podcast crew. They know what they're doing. But now this has become a thing, and I've written an intro for you guys, so I'm going to have to read it here to make everything official, all right?
Yep.
So here we go. All right, here comes. The Detect America crew is here with us tonight. Frank, Ronnie, and Steve have a fun live show on the Detect America Facebook page, which KG and I have invaded on occasion. We'll be taking a look at some of the outstanding treasures they've found over the years. They are all fine Americans with no mental issues or criminal records that we know of. They enjoy long walks in the woods, holding hands with strangers, sipping Zimas on the beach, and skinny dipping at midnight under a full moon. Please welcome the Detect America crew.
Yeah!
All right. So how are you guys?
Cool.
I want to know how you know about the holding hands and skinny dipping under the moon.
Hey, I got my sources. I do a lot of research.
Been there, done that.
It doesn't help that Steve broadcasts that on his Facebook page.
Listen, if you're on the South Jersey beach on a full moon in the summer, don't be surprised. Don't be surprised because it's happened, and I wish I could say it was a joke. But if you ever find my shorts hanging on my detector,
don't come looking for me.
That's like a sock on the
Yeah.
door handle, right?
I wish there'd be more socks so I wouldn't run into them accidentally out there.
Right on. All right. So, what do you guys want to talk about tonight? We can do whatever we want.
Well,
Yeah.
Steve's got a colonoscopy scheduled, so there's always
First
that
off,
topic.
Thursday?
Thanks for having us. We really appreciate being here. We appreciate what you guys do for our page. And you have called us for guidance with your show. And
Right.
we've
Right,
consulted
yeah.
with you many times on, in assisting you on how to do it right. So
I
Yeah.
was going to turn the camera so you guys could take a look at our high-tech studio, but I'm afraid the duct tape would come loose and then we'd lose the show.
and guys, we wish you luck on your show.
Hey, thank you. Thanks. We
Yeah,
appreciate it.
Thank you. Thank you.
Obviously, like last week, we had Gyps on, and she was such a good sport because we crashed everything like I think 4 or 5 times, and luckily we had everything recorded, and we just we stopped the stream and powered through the whole thing, and it's up on diggintv.com. If you just go to the archive podcast, if you got booted off like everybody did and you want to see it, it's out there still, so you can go see it.
If we crash our stream, it's gone.
Yeah, we don't care. We're all going home.
We've
Yeah, we
been
don't
there.
care.
We've been there. We suffered that for years. There was a time when
Yeah.
we couldn't even get 2 minutes past.
Yeah,
being
there was
crashed.
plenty of times where on our old stream show, we had to actually hit record so we could publish it later on. And there's plenty of nights we had I think one of your guys, when you guys were on one time, we're all
Right.
done. Oh, what a great show. Let's publish it. Oh, I forgot to hit the record button.
Yeah, you just said that, and I looked up. It's like, did I hit the record button?
Has anyone met the talkative guy on our crew, Ron Ghetto, down there in the corner?
Well, I'm up on the top on my screen.
Yeah.
I usually don't get too much words in when Steve and Frank start talking, but now with you two guys, I doubt I'm going to even get anything in.
Yeah.
Listen,
Well,
we're just
with
happy
that-
you figured out how to push the button and come on live, brother.
Hey, it took me 5 minutes, but I got Zoom loaded on this laptop, so
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we were a tiny bit late getting on here, but it's like, these guys were right. I sent the thing. I said, maybe log in 10 or 15 minutes early. And like I sent the message out, and Frank had logged on 45 minutes early. He's like on there instantly.
and good thing I did, because it took us half an hour to get the mics working.
It did. It really
Right,
did. It was a
right.
totally
I
smooth.
think he was on Zoom before we were, Tim.
Yeah, I think he was too. I think he was on before I set up the meeting.
I just kind of cruise Zoom looking for podcasts to jump on. That's how I am.
And I come rolling in here at 20 after 8.
KG, you seem to be like, what is that, Flavor Flav? What's that thing you got hanging
Yeah,
around?
what is that?
Yeah, the good boys at Detect America sent me this this necklace. I believe it's called the Ugly Box. This is the Ugly Box necklace.
That's it. Beautiful.
That is
Until I
that
get-
is beautiful.
I think you're a
Until I get
trendsetter.
yeah, when I get that book, I'll know how to run it. So
Hey.
I'm waiting for Florida.
Now
Oh, wait.
look. Now hold on.
This
2 seconds. We're talking about the Ugly Box, and I'm just gonna we got all these tons of guest questions, and as long as we're on this subject, I'm just gonna ask this one, okay?
Well,
and
you
then we
know,
can go
I
from
don't.
there.
I usually don't like talking about it, but okay,
Yeah,
this one.
exactly. I've never heard you guys talk about it before ever. So this is a question for you guys. How does the Ugly Box work on iron compared to brass or silver? From Jeff C.
I don't know.
Works fine.
Yeah.
Iron is a very resilient metal. You're not going to get the result on iron that you're going to get the result on silver or on some copper, but it'll clean off the magnetite. It'll smooth out the surface, it'll make it look good. Iron you'll have to treat when you're done with an oil or some kind of preservative, where you don't have to do that with the other metals, but it works on any metal other than nickels, guys. You can't use nickels on them. You can use war nickels because they have silver in it, but you can't use regular nickels on them.
What happens if you use a regular nickel?
Oh, they get really, really clean, and they turn really cool colors like orange and red and black.
Ah.
I like that.
Cool.
I have to do a couple.
Yeah. Start selling them as rare nickels on eBay.
Right?
Exactly.
They'll
It's
be
a
back.
very unique system, a very unique and proprietary system that covers A to Z on conserving and cleaning coins.
I just threw it together in a weekend, like 33 years ago.
Yeah, there's a lot of buttons on it. Kind of scares me.
Actually, he's only 2.
Just
Yeah.
KG, just don't do what I did with those clips, man. They really hurt.
Yeah.
I got a positive and a negative. I got hooked up right now, boys.
I'm feeling no pain with mine.
Like, yeah, exactly. It's like a TENS unit. Just put it on your aches and pains.
Yeah.
Right.
More questions for the boys, Tim? Or
Yeah. You got any you want to ask him, Cage? Or did you not print out your schedule like I told you to?
I have a couple things, but I don't know if we want to get right into that or not.
All right, I'll ask a couple questions to him then.
Yeah, go ahead.
All right.
Like ripping off a Band-Aid. Just do it.
Yeah. Let's see. What's the best thing you ever found? Beverly C.
Well, Steve, you did get that really cool bottle top that one time.
A Pacifico
Listen,
bottle top, right?
My two best finds are the same answer every time. Unfortunately, the pictures for that were on my dead hard drive. But I pulled a cannon out of Monterey Pass, where is now the Monterey Pass National Park. Pulled a Confederate cannon out of there, and I pulled a cache of 306 cobs out of Port Plantation, Louisiana.
Holy cow. That's phenomenal.
That
A
is.
couple of dead bodies along the way, but that's a whole different.
Yeah.
That was just for fun.
Well, we're going to talk about all you guys' finds here in just a little bit because, you sent me a bunch of pictures and I got them all queued up. So when we get to that point, we'll have you guys walk us through all your coolest finds and whatever. But let's just get through some of these questions first,
Somebody said that I should say the best thing I found was my wife, but no.
KG, that's KG's answer. He always does that.
It ain't gonna be me saying that. You ain't hearing that from me.
All right.
Digging a hole for myself.
Why is your Detect America show so much better than KG and Ringy's podcast? Seymour B.
We were just
Seymour.
We were giving them some tips on how to make theirs better, and they'll progress as they continue to broadcast.
That's like I told Tim before the show started that the thing you got to remember is that we're a metal detecting show, and our number the night that we had the most views and the most comments was that we'd spent an hour talking about Steve's colonoscopy.
Yeah, exactly.
It's a very important medical procedure too, by the way.
That's
It
like I
is.
said. We talk to detectivists every day. We dig with detectivists every day. We know the ins and outs. The guys we dig with know the ins and outs. When you get together at a bar or you get together bowling, you don't talk about bowling. You shoot the shit about your day.
Right.
Our show is. And if the technique comes up, fantastic, and we'll go with that. But
And the funny thing is, we are all improv. We are like the show about nothing.
the script doesn't say that.
We have no script. We sit there and we go, what are we going to talk about? And we go, nothing. Now, last night we said, we don't know what we're going to talk about. I got on there and said, we're going to have a short show. Next thing you know, we're talking about detectors and hunting. And we actually did talk about metal
We
detecting.
talked about metal detecting for like a half hour.
And it was a great
Crazy.
show. It just come together when the
Oh,
camera goes.
that's wonderful, Steve, but that's not on the script. You weren't supposed to say any of that.
Exactly.
I don't see that here.
I wish. I'm dealing with
Don't we
this
have
in
a
the
video of that colonoscopy, Tim? Don't you have a video?
No, but here's
yeah.
the best
I
part.
do have pictures. If you wanna
We got a
see
few
it.
pictures here, involving candy corn and a bunch of stuff. Now hold on, I'm just gonna run it. There's music and everything, so you just got to listen.
You've got to, if you have the opportunity, go back and look at that show, because I learned a medical fact that I never ever knew. Because Steve said he was in there getting the colonoscopy, and as they were doing this, the doctor told him he had tonsillitis. I never knew you could diagnose tonsillitis from that angle, brother.
Hey, anything's possible. Yeah.
All right, let's see what you got.
Hey, there's a little bit of something here. Everybody accused me of not doing any research before these shows about our guests, but here you go. Ready?
This ain't gonna be good.
No, this ain't gonna be good at all. That's just right to a thing. Oh my God. This is bad. Oh my God. 2 on run.
Nice hair.
Always working.
Yeah, that's true.
Always working.
Guess who that was?
That would have been me. That would have been me.
Yeah. You can all pick yourselves out of that one.
Yeah. Thank God you guys weren't there today. I split my pants detecting.
Where was that?
We were on a permission. It was just me and Frank. And I don't know what happened, but I kept going down to put my pinpoint in the hole, and I heard this noise. I'm like, how's that noise? I go down low for it. I hear this noise again. I'm like, oh no, it's not. My pants were ripped in the back, like from top to bottom.
That sucker went like a tire blowout, baby.
You know what's funny is when I was asking the boys, I know we were playing them against each other. It seems like everybody had about 5 things to say about Steve and not many things about Frank and barely anything about Ronnie. So I don't know. And the ripped pants was one of them that came up actually. So you saved
Nothing
me
hurts me, buddy.
to
Nothing
ask
hurts
for
me.
that.
My philosophy is if I'm going to dish it out, I got to be able to take it.
Yeah, really.
Oh, for sure.
If I'm going to bust chops, I got to laugh when it's and 99% of our show is these guys kind of beating me up. I tell everybody I'm the most beat up person on the internet.
Spend 20 hours in the truck on the way to Florida, and then Steve gets to board. He's doing puppet shows with his toes. Ain't nothing embarrassing.
All right, since we're already on Steve, I heard a rumor one time that you went to Mexico and you ate some raw fish and got kind of sick. Let's hear the story behind that.
No, that's no story, man. I had food poisoning badly. I wound up in a Mexican hospital.
Man.
Yeah, but no, it turned out to be the most beautiful hospital around. But it cost me like $3,000, over like $3,000.
Oh,
but I got reimbursed.
Really?
I always go to Mexico for my sushi anyway.
My medical insurance paid it. My granddaughter still busts my chops to the day, but it was bad. It was bad.
You don't eat sushi anymore though, do you? Or do you still?
Yeah, I just don't eat the miso soup because that's what we think what's got me sick. So.
Okay.
Yeah,
nummy. All right, you guys want another question? What else we got? People were sending some crap in here today. How often do you get to go detecting?
we
recently?
Yeah, I mean,
in the summertime we're out there constantly.
Yeah.
Summertime we're out on the coast of Jersey constantly. If we can luckily get a permission or something around here, we like to hit it as much as we can.
The problem with this year was one of our buddies who gets a lot of permissions that we go on. He was hospitalized with COVID. I had knee surgery. I just got 5 weeks of shots in my knees. I got a week of shots in my hands. So this off season, this winter season we usually spend in the woods was like very, very, very little detect. A few we got out a couple times, but this was a bad winter so far for us.
Yeah, we're also a little bit temperate. We like if it's cold, we really don't go.
Fair weather detectors.
Yeah. And we try and get it now. See, Ronnie is about 2 hours north of us, so we can't always hook up with Ron to detect and all. But there's times he'll come down and spend a day in Atlantic City. We post it on the web, and people will meet us out there to hunt with Ron. We'll get about 12 people out on the beach just for like a detect and
no on the days that it's in April and it's 50 degrees. We get 12 people. In January on the beach when it's like 3 degrees, we had like 30 people show up.
It was cold that day, but so we like to try and meet up with people as much as we can. I mean, it's we're not apt to doing. We'll do anything.
Yeah, I mean, in normal years, even in the winter, we're 2-3 times a week. In the summertime, it could be 5-6 days a week.
Yeah, I like the beach. I just like getting out on the beach, and you'll see my beach finds. A lot of my finds I had were beach finds.
Right on. You got a pretty spectacular one we're going to show in a little bit here. But hey, this one's for Ronnie. Singled him out.
Yeah, Ronnie.
How old was Ronnie when he detected for the first time, and what detector was he swinging? Mark?
Rock on the end of a stick, wasn't it?
Go ahead, Ron. I have a follow-up answer for you.
Well, I guess the first real metal detector I had was a White's 5000D, which goes back quite a few years. Excuse me.
Do we need to call the hospital or
No, I got a
That's
little.
why we don't let him talk.
Okay, so yeah, when I started swinging a metal detector, oh gosh, it's got to be maybe 7th grade. I'll be 62.
Wow.
I'll be 62 this year, and I've been swinging a metal detector for some 40 some years, right? A little bit better than that.
Very cool.
Yeah.
What's your best find, Ronnie?
Well, everybody loves coins. Everybody loves gold.
I do.
But a lot of things too that are important that I think a lot of people kind of lose are the relics. I mean, I sent you guys a couple of photos, and some of that stuff is either, like victory, like that one piece had a V in it, and that was it looked like there was a piece from a neckerchief or something.
That thing in the corner there, right?
Yeah, you see, that's really kind of neat. And then the thing below it there too, I believe that's some kind of medal that they gave out at the schools. Then the Remington. Okay, so
how old is it, do you think?
That's probably in the 40s.
Yeah.
40. I don't think it's all that old.
That's some cool stuff.
Yeah, and then you got that Remington. This was shot with a Remington clean bore.
Yeah.
So they must have gave that away as tokens or something, when they were trying to sell bullets or who knows.
Right, and then they took them home with them, and then they shot them. Yeah.
Yeah, that's really cool. And then you have the Charlie McCarthy spoon. Now, for you youngins, okay.
Yeah, a lot of people are not going to know who Charlie McCarthy is.
Right. He was a ventriloquist dummy, and he was really popular in the 30s. So if you do some research, that spoon's a sterling silver Charlie McCarthy.
Yeah, that's beautiful.
Okay, and then the next coin over, which is the large cent, that is what they call a Whizzer.
Oh, yeah.
They would put strings through them, spin them, boom. And that's what kids played with. That were the toys of the day.
Right on.
So there's a lot of interesting things. There was the little regalia. I think there was a 1936 regalia,
like a boat thing.
Yeah, down here in the corner.
Yeah, that's cool. 1920s or something. It says at the bottom, 1920 something.
Yeah, I mean, and see, that talks about the time. It's really neat. I mean, I found so much of the World's Fair, the 1939 World's Fair. Again,
right.
If anybody out there can tell me with the piece next to the spoon, to the left of the spoon is, I showed that around. That's actually like silver, sterling silver. It's not marked, but it looks like that came off of something. It's very ornate.
Oh wait, let me put it back up there. What was it that's sterling silver? It looks almost brass to me.
Yeah, it's sterling. It's been dirty. It's not clean. I got that, but it's actually silver.
You need to put it in the ugly box. See what happens.
Yeah, sure.
It's probably made out of nickel.
We'll turn pink. We'll turn pink as soon as they put it in there.
Yeah, probably. But if anybody can identify that, there's a little hole on the bottom there. It looks like it got tacked into a piece of wood or something. I have no idea.
That is just bizarre.
I think Ronnie will send him a reward if they can identify it.
Yeah, he will. He'll
one of these awesome hats.
Yeah, I was just going to say one of them gold digger hats and send them over.
Heck yeah.
But I mean, there's so much. The coin there is the earliest coin I found on U.S. soil. That was found in the Hamptons, and that was 1676.
Oh, you're talking about that real, the big.
Yeah, well, it's actually called a 4 sol.
A 4 sol.
Not the big one. The
real.
No.
Oh, okay.
The
that other one.
Left.
Yeah. Okay.
Now the Hamptons was established in 1640, and we were out there in the fields, the potato fields.
1642.
Oh, 1642.
That's when he was there.
He actually dropped it.
Yeah.
We're never having him on as a guest again. I mean, this is ridiculous.
But anyway, that coin is dated 1676, and that's really something, because now we're starting to find coins that were lost in the colonies.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's the one over there, the front and the back, underneath your beautiful face.
There you go, right underneath my picture.
Okay.
So
that is pretty cool. Well, as long as we're doing this, let's take a look at Frank stuff. Let's take a look at Frank stuff here.
Okay.
What do you got there, Frank?
See, that ain't even half of what he's found.
Yeah, I know. This was the stuff that I could easily. I got a hard drive full of stuff that is hard drive just destroyed. The Ring of Reals. So the guy I was telling you about, John, who got sick this year, he had gotten a permission a few years ago, and he tried to go out and dig, and it was all overgrown. So he tucked it in his back pocket for a few years. And while we were researching, we were trying to locate this tavern that was a command post, like a covert command post that Benedict Arnold was actually a commander at for a couple of years. They would seize ships that came in under the British flag, and they would seize the junk, and they would sell the junk in Philly for the army and Valley Forge. And lo and behold, this permission that he had that we didn't know about was the spot that this tavern was on. So those are, that's one season. That's literally less than 4 weeks of digging, and that's just the reals that came off of this piece of property.
Holy cow!
3.5 weeks.
Wow.
There was like 35 of them for that.
About 2 years later, they took me there.
Yeah.
right.
Yeah, of course.
It's cleaned up now.
Yeah.
So
I'm still waiting.
No, they're sold. The place is sold. We can't go back anymore.
Oh.
And they sold it out from under us. Yeah.
Hey, guess what we found?
But we pulled. Just that's 1 year. We pulled. If I had to count up all the reals of everybody that's been there, including Steve's one.
Yeah.
We probably pulled 50 reals off of this particular piece of property.
Oh, that's
Probably
ridiculous.
The same in large sets, the same in U.S. silver, and the artifacts that we pulled. We have I got bricks from the original tavern, and the only reason I kept was because it was Benedict Arnold's headquarters.
Right.
But,
so what about that? What's that thing like right down in the corner? It's way down in the right corner, I guess.
So
some kind of weird little thing underneath those two coins.
It's actually a 16th century ring.
Oh,
Ring.
it's the top of it. I see. Top view.
Yeah, it's a big.
Yeah,
the bottom
yeah.
was broken off, but
Gotcha.
I have a family member. My wife's in-laws owned a piece. Well, my in-laws, my wife's family, owned a house that was built in the 1600s. It was a major in the Revolutionary War. It was his homestead. And so I got to go up and dig, and this basically came out of the front yard. The coin is like late 1600s. The ring was dated by me by a friend at Oxford University at late 15s, and I forget what the other one was. Something else I pulled out of there. But over the years, just been tons of cool. I mean, there's probably 4 or 5, 6 reals have come out of there, and along this little stream, we just pulled a ton of stuff out of this piece.
But also, let him tell you that other coin.
Do I need to put it back up? Hold on a sec.
Put it back up there. It's the one.
Tell me which one. Okay, here it is.
Oh, this one up there.
No, this one. The one in the square picture next to his face.
The one in the square picture.
Oh, yeah. I know what you're talking about.
That's one of my favorites.
Yeah.
So we were detecting a closed down nuclear site.
Yeah.
They were closing
Chernobyl.
Anyway. And we had been digging all day long, pulling nothing out of the site. I for the day I had got a mercury diamond, maybe a barber quarter, and we were literally on our way out. And it's this big open field, and the guy that brought us there is telling us a story that in colonial times this was like a marketplace, and all the way through the early 1900s they would sell their wares, and there was this lonely cedar tree. I started just putting the coil around the cedar tree, and I got a signal. It sounded like a large set. It was in the 1240s on my machine, but it was all kinds of jumpy. So I dug it out of the ground, and I flipped it over. I was like, I got a coin. So everybody started walking over, and I'm cleaning the dirt, and I flipped it over, and the big clump of dirt on the other side, and I broke the dirt away. It's a $1 gold piece.
Oh,
they were physically attached together from a pocket drop. And
so awesome.
I got an 1840s, 1830s largie with an 1850s $1 gold piece attached to it.
Wow.
Yeah, that's a good one. You can't. That's a good find.
We had video of it, but it had to be edited for content.
Right on.
We weren't allowed to air it.
Yeah.
I may have said a few choice words out loud.
Yeah, if you've seen any of our extreme metal detecting DVDs, half of them it's just that tone, the 700 kilohertz tone, because it's just
screaming.
Yeah.
Or we would say so many things that they'd have to edit out that I couldn't even imagine. We'd probably be getting shunned if they heard what we said behind the scenes about the camera crew messing with us and stuff.
Oh, it's just horrifying.
Because this all took place. I got a little crap because I lost my mind when I saw it, and all the bleeps would have been me in the presence of like a 7-year-old
Yeah.
kid. So,
Oh,
and
exactly.
We didn't want to show that.
Yeah. And I mean, we're all really good people. We're good human beings, and it's just sometimes things slip out. That's the way it is.
Thank God, I'm not like that.
Yeah.
Right.
Well, hey, I gotta pee, so you guys continue on. I'll be back.
So, welcome to Runnin Gunnin.
Now we take over the show.
Yeah, we don't need him
KG,
anyway.
Ringy, Steve, Frank, and Ron.
It finally got better. It
Now I'm
finally
in
got
charge of-
better.
We'll run this show the right way now. while he's gone.
That's right. Let's get some viewers, boys.
Something needs to be knocked over.
Guys, if we got this set up pretty good. If anyone out there wants to join our Facebook group called Detect America, we do broadcasts every Monday night at 8 p.m. And God forbid we're a minute late. People start calling us or we're missing the show every Monday and Thursday at 8 p.m. And we're guaranteed to take up a little bit of your time and have a laugh or two. We really helped a lot of people when we went through COVID last March, and KG and Ringy come on our show left and right.
It was fun. Yeah, it was a good time.
We can pull in some good guests. We've had some really good guests on our show besides our top two that we're with right now. We've had Daryl Miklos on our show.
The guys from
Kim Fisher, Mel Fisher's son.
the guys from that Gold show. What's it called? Bering Sea Gold.
Bering Sea
couple
Gold.
of characters from Bering Sea Gold were on.
A couple of weeks ago, I had the vice president of NGC coin grading on the show. So we do have some interesting shows. Like once a year, a show will be interesting. We do giveaways that are just fun. We have a good time. I can't guarantee that we're going to have A+ ratings across the internet because if you ask me, we're bottom of the barrel. But it's a really good. Oh, welcome back, Tim. I was saying a lot of good things about you while you were gone.
Tim,
There you go.
KG was telling me stories I have to know if they're true. So
yeah.
we'll talk about it later.
You guys
They're
didn't
all
talk about
true.
me while I was gone.
You can finish that story later, KG. And I really
Okay.
appreciate that.
It's true. It's true.
He
We'll
doesn't seem
find
like
out.
that kind of guy. I mean,
Yeah,
really.
yeah.
I believe the lingerie part, but the other part, I'm not so sure.
I'm trying to think of which lingerie story that would have been.
Well, it's the one with the pink fuzzy bunny slippers and the pink silky lingerie.
That's
but-
what happens when you get up.
Yeah.
Well,
Well,
we were doing a show one time. Me and Frank were doing a show. and the funny thing was, I get a text from my nephew. He's at the Philadelphia International Airport. I had to pick him up, and I thought he was going to come in after the show. I'm like, you know what, Frank, keep going. I'll be
Don't
back.
stop the show. I'll be back.
I'll be back. Like, I drove and picked up my nephew and came back, and the show was still running. And what we realized was Frank couldn't end the show because it was running from my house.
He started the show, so I couldn't.
it just went on forever. It's probably still going.
Yeah, it was
Now listen, you're talking to the one show in history
the cat.
when we first started the show. It was audio only.
Oh, yeah.
So
Yeah.
we did a show one night and on an old platform called 1,000 Mics, and that's it. And we used our mascot was this big old cat I've had forever. Just died last year, about 18 years old.
Sonny,
So we ended the show, went to sleep in the house, whatever. So
12 hours.
I woke up. I forget what time I woke up. Like maybe 9 o'clock the next morning. I'm getting texts and they're like, "Yo, why is the show running?" And every hour or so we hear meows. This kid jumped up on the computer, and I guess I left it open and I left the platform up. And he started a show and ran it for 10, 12 hours. And every now and then you'd hear him meow.
Oh, that's awesome.
He started Detect America Live show.
And what you don't know is recently we've gone totally remote. And I want to tell you the reason why. If you could look under this table right now, Frank, does see where my hands are? Well, you don't know where his left hand is. Right.
Right. We
That's
don't.
why I do it remotely from now on.
I see. Well, hey, Steve, you're the only one that didn't get to talk about all your awesome stuff. You want to talk
Yeah, don't
about
feel
it?
bad.
There's only like what, one thing there?
Yeah, maybe. Well, I'll show you one of my finds. KG was really jealous of this one.
Ooh, there you go.
Oh yeah.
Nice.
I was scuba diving up by somewhere up by Lake Havasu. I can't remember exactly where, but it was a a little area where people would cliff dive and stuff. And I was, swimming along with my metal detector, and that awesome little opener came
Not
up.
that I've ever cliff dove before, but if you were prone to do that, why would you have a 5-foot-long bottle opener in your pocket when you did it?
I don't know. We came up that, I think that day we came up with like 6 or 8 iPhones and a GoPro. And the GoPro we thought, oh, this is going to be great. And we plugged it in and watched everything on it. It was a guy doing mountain biking, and it was the most boring footage I have ever seen in my life until the very last second when he jumped off the cliff and lost it. That was the only exciting thing.
Yeah.
All right, let's talk to
Get
Steve.
Steve's
Let's
up.
get Steve.
Yeah.
We can't leave him out. Let's find this here.
Oh, no, you have to have
Yeah,
Steve.
you know why? Because they say I never find nothing, but guess what? I get lucky from now.
Yeah, look at that stuff. That's some awesome stuff.
Now you can see that's really one of my favorite coins, the 1794 large cent. And
Tell them why the details
it
are good.
looks so nice because the Ugly Box did that. Yeah, the Ugly Box really brought that to life.
I'll tell you what, KG, you found one of those that was almost in mint condition. Same year,
Yep.
same coin. And that was one of my jealous moments where it's like, there's probably about 10 things he found in his life, and I was with him, and man, that I saw that and I was just like, oh my God.
Well, I knew it was like a large cent, but it looked different to me. And I went over to Tim and I showed it to him, and I go, no, I know this looks like a large cent, but is this a large cent? And he's like, all right, he's swearing and stuff like that.
So
Yeah.
you can see the 2 rings in the picture, and there's
Okay.
a long story behind that I'm not going to really go into, but they're both set in platinum.
Oh man.
Platinum set. The engagement ring is a 0.85 carat with diamonds down the side, and the wedding band is 6 diamonds across the top. I actually found that out with my other mentor. I know you'll hear his name out in the metal detecting forums. Ed Cropsey, great guy. We had the biggest day of our life. I found the engagement band that day. The wedding ring was found on another day. But what's funny is he found a wedding ring that looked just like that matched. It's so weird because picture another ring looking just like that wedding ring that I found a week before, and that's that one.
And they're not cheapo rings.
Right, they're not.
Wow.
Oh, no.
Right.
That's like over a $12,000 set.
Holy
So
cow.
Eddie found 3 rings that day, a gold ring. But whoever lost their rings lost that wedding set plus another gold ring that day, and we just wound up scooping them up. It was like an epic day.
Wow.
And then the other thing you see there, which is really incredible, is the round circle of life there. That's
Hold on. Let me get that back up here.
that.
You're killing me. There we go.
The circle of life. Now that's a circle with all diamonds on it.
Right.
And it took me the longest time to figure out what it was because I didn't find it with the chain. I found that gold chain like a week later, and they matched up perfectly. And that's just a beautiful piece. I mean, it's 14 karat gold with diamonds in it. And at first I thought it was a ring, but then I'm like, no, it's not. So it turned out to be a pendant. And I turned around and gave that to my wife's daughter as a memento, as an heirloom that she can have. And the wedding rings, I don't even think I got home. My granddaughter has dibs on that.
Yeah, that's
So,
freaking awesome.
They can fit her. I'm sure she claimed them. There's no way of getting them back.
Yeah.
Yeah. I found a really expensive ring on the East Coast too, and my wife put it on her finger, and that's where it stayed. So I call her Frodo now.
I never show my wife anything.
Or Gollum.
The one gold ring I found all last summer because I couldn't dig because of my knees. Like an idiot. I posted it on Facebook, and by the time I got home, she goes, "Oh, let me see that ring." It's gone. I've never seen it again.
Yeah.
And I think 99% of male detectors will tell you that, a lot of their jewelry finds go to their wives and children and stuff. And you know what? That's what you do with it. I've given a lot of my jewelry away to people.
Yeah, you got to stop talking like that because CB will hear you. I've constantly,
My gold doesn't make it home from the beach. I stop at the pawn shop on the way home.
But I'll tell you what, I love, I prefer beach hunting But in the wintertime, or the fall is a good time to get out in the woods. Too,
Yeah,
so.
I'm the opposite. I'd rather be in the woods. I'd rather be in the dirt. The beach pays for the toys usually, and then the fun is when we find the old stuff. I love being in the dirt.
Right. Hey, Steve, do you ever find anywhere on the beach more productive than others? Down on the water, up
Yeah.
above?
Well, yes, and hunting the beach in the summer is different than hunting the beach in the winter. The privilege we have in hunting in New Jersey is the tides come up so high and low that when someone's standing in the water when it's about chest high, when it hits low tide, there's no water there. The water's down to the ground. So
Right.
you don't really need to go out in the water up to chest high, because you just wait till the tide goes out, and we call it the wash area, where the the lowest water just washes up on the beach. So in the summertime, you're hunting in that area a lot.
But you got a sweet spot of time. You've only
Oh,
got
yeah,
a couple hours.
Yeah,
to hit
you
that.
want to get 2 hours before low and 2 hours after. It's almost like regular fishing. And then where people concentrate, we've got a lot of towns around here that just concentrate millions and millions of people, on a daily basis. So, and it's a shame it's only 3 months out of the year, and then the wintertime is the wintertime's even better, because higher up on the beach. But listen, a lot of finds were found.
Absolutely. It's
after
too
the
cold to
summer.
be on the beach.
And that's where what I think is all the rings that were dropped way up in the beach in the soft sand where people really don't like to walk. Well, in the wintertime, the water comes up and packs that sand down, and now we can walk on it and detect it a lot better. And that's when good things pop up.
Cool.
I mean, those rings I found were in March. They were found in March after a storm on the Jersey coast.
So,
Good point.
so
I think when we're in February, here when we go down to Florida, Ringy, we're gonna know we're gonna go up high.
yeah, maybe we'll actually find something.
Probably
You gotta work your way to the coast, because you're nowhere near the coast.
Nowhere near the coast. Nowhere.
We never know where we're at, with the plane lands, and we're like,
Where
You know,
we're going is
where are we?
like the Nebraska of Florida.
that's awesome. A lot of corn.
You guys are going to completely love Camp Freedom.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
This Thursday night, we're going to be having Dan DeMarco. He's the CEO of Camp Freedom. And we went out there last year, and it's just, you get a peaceful feeling when you come across you, when you go there. There's nothing but, KG, you'll feel at home. There's nothing but horses.
Yeah, he likes horses.
But the purpose that they serve is they are there as a retreat for our veterans, our military veterans. And it's a great thing what they're doing. We're allowed to go back this year, and it's going to be an even bigger event. And you guys will have a great time.
Yeah, we're really looking forward to it.
Incredibly beautiful and peaceful. That's the thing that stuck out. And once you get there and you talk to Dan and these guys, and you see what they're doing, what they've done for some of our troops returning home, and some of them have issues and some don't. But what they're doing for these guys is priceless. And we have the opportunity to go back. We jumped at it, and we're so happy it's turning into something bigger, because more for them to be able to, resources for them to do for these guys.
And they don't, from what I understand, they don't charge a thing for these folks to go out there.
Oh, that's cool. And that's just it. Anybody that knows me and KG knows that we're 100% behind that kind of thing. I mean,
absolutely.
I've said it before, but I'll say it one more time. And the only reason we're free to do the kind of stupid stuff we're doing right now is because of these guys, not because, for not any other reason,
Exactly. Our military, our defenses, and everything else.
Listen, we hop in a car, we drive to another state and throw a shovel in the ground. Hey, in a lot of countries, you can't do that.
Right. Exactly.
Right.
Makes you appreciate it.
Heck yeah.
Yeah. I'm actually working with a couple of buddies of mine. They're stationed in Saudi Arabia right now. And we're thinking not this next show coming up on the 2nd, but we're thinking the 9th. We're going to do a live stream from Saudi Arabia with those two.
Awesome.
And one of them is a roadside bomb detector guy that uses a metal detector. Yeah. So we're going to try to get him to talk about whatever they can talk about. I know there's restrictions, but but they're pretty excited to come on the show. So they're trying to get all the clearance to do that. So that'll be a cool show. Right?
That is
That's a big
cool.
Hunt.
That's fantastic.
God bless them. You know, anyone who leaves their family, their home, to go across the world to engage in our military services.
And it's a volunteer army. That's the, you know, these
Yeah.
guys are doing it of their own free will.
Yep.
You know,
Just like Pat Tillman.
Yeah.
Yep, exactly.
You know, he's from here, Arizona, obviously. If you don't know who Pat Tillman is, you know, Google Pat Tillman, Arizona Cardinals, whatever. And
I had a
you'll find
lot
out.
to stay home for.
Yeah.
And gave it up to
Oh,
go.
man. I mean, I can't think anything more to stay home for. I mean, he's millions of dollars, whatever, you know, and
It's in their blood.
yeah.
It's in their blood. I mean, you know.
That's the definition of a patriot, my boy.
Heck yeah.
Period.
Yeah.
You
I don't
have
care
no
what
reason
job.
to-
I don't care what job they're doing over there. They're important people.
Absolutely.
All right, that was really serious,
Yeah,
and we
that
should
was
talk
too
about
serious.
some stupid
Get back
stuff
to
now. You know,
dumbass.
it's making me uncomfortable. Yeah,
You know, I have done some stupid things on the show.
have you?
Some that have been planned, some that haven't.
Mm.
It's easier to count the stuff that wasn't
That
stupid.
wasn't, yeah, yeah. But like I said, we're impromptu, man. We get on there and we just whatever happens. We'll pick a page member and have them on the show with us, and it just turns into a laugh fest. I mean, it really does.
Really?
Yep.
Usually at my
Yep.
expense. You know,
That's good though. You're a good sport.
yeah, I can take it.
Tim and I, one of these days, we're going to get my two daughters on the show and just embarrass the hell out of them.
And who, me? Because they hunt better than I could ever dream of hunting.
Right.
I made a comment. I said, I always considered myself, I'm a gun enthusiast. I hunted for years, Jersey hunting, but I hunted
Right.
for years, and in my lifetime, I managed to get a couple racks. I got a couple decent. So for a month, KG would wake up at like 6 a.m. and send me pictures. Oh, my daughter got a coffee break for 10 minutes and got this 14-pointer.
That is so true. They're awesome hunters and fisher women as
Notice I
well.
don't talk about hunting anymore. I don't even bring the topic up.
I thought
Yeah.
that catching a catfish. I think it was like this.
Yo,
long.
seriously, we're from Jersey, so catfish are like these little things that you eat with Doritos because they're so small. What the hell was that thing you were? Oh yeah, we got 30 of them. They're like 90 pounds.
That was a cat monster. Oh, KG, have you ever done any noodling?
No.
I want to see
God,
you reach
no.
your arm. I want to see you reach your arm down in a hole and pull out a catfish.
Not a
KG's
chance.
part of the world, catfish are called catfish because they eat cats.
Yeah.
They're just massive.
You know, our
yeah.
producer, our old producer for our Diggers show, he's the one that produced Hillbilly Hand Fishing, that catfishing.
Oh yeah,
one.
yeah.
Same guy. Yeah.
Yeah.
And he was telling me about a guy that reached in a hole once and there was a snapping turtle in there and it took two of his fingers right out.
Oh,
Like, no thanks.
Well, they had a group of girls doing it on one of them shows. And it wasn't so bad to look. I mean, it was nice to look at and watch, but then they stick their arm in his hole and he coming up with catfish. And I'm like, yo, you really that's craziness.
No way.
Noodle, and I ain't sticking
I
my
guarantee
arm.
you, not one of those people was a guitar player. Not one of them.
serious, right? I don't stick my hand in the mouth of a kitten, let alone
Yeah.
I'm gonna take my arm off.
And they know it's going to get bit by this big catfish. I'm
Yeah.
surprised TG ain't done that. I picture him. I picture
You know, I can't say that I wouldn't. I'd probably try it. I'm up.
would.
for
You look
try.
like a noodler to me. Yeah,
I would try it. I would. I'd be nervous as hell, but I'd try it.
Now we know what you were talking about when you said Tim was a noodler. But this is a whole different
Oh, this could go in the wrong direction.
Oh, it just is so.
Yeah, usually.
You know, this could be a great show if there were no FCC. You know.
Yeah.
I mean, we can say whatever we want, but we prefer to.
No, we
try,
you know.
try to keep it.
You need to be
PG-17.
respectful, you know. Right. I mean, we've got a lot of kids that love KG and Ringy for
Exactly.
whatever reason. But, you
A
know,
lot of folks
got to
look
keep
up
it that way. Yeah.
I'll tell you, I loved your show, but in getting to know you, it's like Tim, when you're loose, when you're in that production studio and you're allowed to do like you want with this show, man, you're even better. You're even better than a production team telling
let's
you
put
what
it
you
this
can
way.
do, what you can't do.
I've met over the years. I've met a couple guys that have been on shows, and when you meet them off the show, they're different people. Let's just leave it at that. They're different people, and you guys aren't. You guys are as fun loving, off the show as you were on.
You don't see how Frank walks around off the show.
Well, all you have to do is look at like some of the videos and the stuff we were putting together before we ever had a TV show. If you look at that, it's like the same stuff. We haven't changed.
When we get to Florida, we got to give the three of these guys a complete set of our DVDs before we ever had a show, Tim.
Oh yeah.
I'll watch it.
Oh, they'll make them. Yeah, you'll go mental. The first one's
dude, I sit here during the winter. We get snowy stretches, and literally out in my little shop with the TV, I'll click on the YouTube and I'll like watch like 5 seasons of Digger.
Now, see, when we go out and dig, it's what we talk about how we're gonna do live digs or film what we dig. You know what? When we start digging, no one wants to film.
Nobody
wants to be the guy to put the detector down to go filming. Like you had people following you,
which is awesome.
But if someone told you to put your detector down and pick up a camera, would you be like, no, you want to detect?
Especially if we're finding stuff. You get on a hot field, we're finding stuff like,
we used to hide from our camera guys. We would literally hide from our camera guys just to get more dig time in, because we'd be in these spots where we're just pulling out tons of stuff, and then you got to quit to film everything. And it takes like 20 minutes to film one item. So literally the camera guys, if they let us go in the timber, they were mad by the end of the day, because they'd be screaming for us, KG Ringy.
There were literally times in certain European countries and stuff. I remember we had a lunch break and KG and I were like talking to each other. It's like, okay, you go that way and I'll go this way. And both of us were in pretty good shape. I mean, KG, I used to run a lot, and KG was a horn hunter. He was all up and down the mountains. So, our camera guys, they were
from DC.
They weren't mountain men. Let's just put it that way. And so we would just like take off and sprint up the side of a hill, and it was over. We were by ourselves for the rest of the afternoon.
When I want to get away from somebody, I tell Steve, let's go run. And I know that I'll get away from him. I'll catch him.
Yeah.
I don't run
yeah. We had this one guy that we took him to we went to Montana and filmed a gold episode up in the mountains of Montana. And there's a kid there with a camera guy there, and he thought he was going to die for sure. Behind every tree, he thought he was going to get killed by a mountain lion, a grizzly bear. He would have serious talks with us. He'd be like, no, KG, I'm serious, man. He goes, is this safe? Is this safe? I'm like, well, people can die.
That's not like we helped him alleviate his fears or anything. Every time he'd ask that, we'd be like, well, yeah, I mean, one guy died with a grizzly bear attack just last year. He was out pheasant hunting. Like that thing just jumped right on him and just ate him, and it's like, and it was kind of true. It did happen, but, and then there's times, I think about that, and that is true. People do get eaten all the time, but we were out one time, Cage. We'll have to talk about this on a hunting. We got to do a bunch of hunting shows.
Yeah. Tell them the story now. You started it.
Yeah, I started the story. I'm going to tell it. Okay. So anyway, we're out on the Rocky Mountain front. We're in the middle of nowhere. You think where we live was nowhere, like in Montana, but we're talking there's nothing there. And we're out in the middle of nowhere, snow everywhere, and it's me, Cage, and his brother Bones. And we kind of split up, and Bones takes off through this lower woods area, and it's dark because it's before the sun has come up. And KG and I think, we're going to go straight up the side of this mountain, and, we were looking at topo maps and stuff the day before, but we didn't, realize how deep the snow was going to be and how difficult it would be. But, we struggled, got all the way to the top and everything, didn't see all that much, saw a couple deer at the top. And then by the end of the day, we made our way down, and we went back where Bones, his brother, had gone up in the dark by himself. And when we got down there were grizzly tracks everywhere.
I don't know how he didn't get eaten. That
Oh, I don't know. It just gives me chills every time. But KG's got a million bear stories. We're gonna have to tell those some other time on a different show. But man, yeah, we had a lot of fun.
Yeah, we run from feral rabbits around here, man.
Yeah, we got nothing. People say they don't want to go in the water on the coast of Jersey because they're afraid of sharks. Yeah, come on, please. We got nothing that's gonna, rabbit, squirrels, maybe.
Up in North Jersey, we do get bear, and I'm talking about even north of me. And a lot of guys, they like to hunt those areas, the old Boy Scout camps and stuff like that. And certain times of the year, you got to have one earphone off, man, because they're out there.
Yeah, we did that in Montana. We always only had one earphone on.
Yep. That's how I detect still to this day, just because, I mean, the time we were down at, where we were, up on 10 Mile somewhere, Cage.
I know what the story is.
and I thought I heard something in the woods, down by the creek, and I think, whatever, nothing, and we're detecting. We got all done, and then we left, and KG, you still had your old Chevy at the time, I think, and we jump in and we drive across that little bridge that went across the stream. I had heard something, man, and we drive across, and there's a giant bear standing in the middle of the road.
Yeah, it was right where we were.
Yeah, and I'm just thinking, oh man, that thing was right next to me, and then of course KG goes, "Oh, let's get it," and he floors it at it, and I'm like, I just reach over and I'm like pushing the automatic window to make it go up,
And then it ran up on the hill.
Yeah.
And then I stopped, and it was standing up there looking at us like, all right, brave guys, just get out of that.
Yeah, exactly. It's okay. Come on, tough guys. Let's see what you got. He just stood there and he was looking at us. He's all panting because we had chased him a while in the truck.
They look so cuddly.
Yeah.
Like you want to give him a big hug.
Yeah. Oh, that's awesome.
Kind of like Frank.
Yeah,
right.
No hugs tonight. You do that too much.
Cage.
Nice.
Hey, we got a couple more questions. You want to do them quick?
Yeah, we might as well.
All right. Here. This will give me a chance to play a little intro thing. Here we go. Ready? Here it comes.
KG and Ringy's awesome advice.
All right. So we're going to give some advice, and these guys are going to help us. How about that?
Uh-oh.
That could be bad.
Give them to Ronnie.
All right.
He's the most level-headed.
All right. There we go. Is that us? Back up? Okay.
Yeah.
So I noticed that a lot of people always go right to the giant coils for their detectors of choice. Am I the only person who prefers the stock coil or even smaller coils? I had the smaller concentric on my AT Pro and loved it. Just wondering what your opinion was, Jimmy D. Go.
I like this. I like the stock coils. The larger coil is great if you're looking for a lot of surface coverage. If you're in an area where you have a lot of area to cover, such as a beach, okay, it's fine there. And of course, you get a little more depth. But the stock coil is probably the best way to go.
Even though I may go back to my 15-inch coil on my mounts.
Hey, for ground coverage,
brand new shoulder.
For ground coverage, yeah. And me, Ronnie, go at it, and I argue all the time. The big coil. There's a certain metal detecting company that makes a 17-inch coil, and I've seen an inch more depth out of it. So yeah, stock coil all day long.
Stock.
I've got a 6-inch. I don't think I've ever had it on.
Especially in the dirt. I just like the
Right.
size of the stock coil. It's maneuverable and large, all in the same aspect. You
Right.
can maneuver it, swing it enough. It's not too big, and then you get enough coverage with the size.
Right, and if it gets really, really trashy, then just switch to a small one.
You can always go with that hockey puck if you're getting too much trash.
Right. I don't ever use the hockey puck, but the smaller 5x8 for the Garrett machines, I live and die on that. And, we've got quick hitters about it and everything. And KG does it almost as much as I do.
That's the one thing I wish my detector of choice. That's the one thing I wish they would come out with is an oblong, like the old Bigfoots that used to be out there for the whites and stuff.
You can mention whatever detectors you want, by the way. We don't care about other people having detectors. Team ATC, when we founded this. We were just like, hey, we're not prejudiced against any metal detector. So, I mean, we don't care what you say, say whatever you want.
The Mind Labs that I use currently, it's a great machine. They have great coils. I just wish that they would come out with an oblong, coil, something narrow and long. It's, I find that more ergonomic for going under tight spots than I do the hockey puck, because the hockey puck is shorter and you still have to get in close. That oblong, that Bigfoot type coil is an awesome idea. I wish more people came out with it.
Right. And for us, it's just a matter of, you guys are on a beach or something. I know I use the stock coil and would even use a bigger one on the beach. But where we hunt at a lot of those old foundations where it's nothing but roof trash and stuff, we got to have the 5x8, and it works phenomenal. And
don't let anybody kid you. Those big coils, they'll wear on your arm after a while.
Yeah. And I gotta say, the one thing about the big coil, I was using an aftermarket one on my Max in England, and that's what I found that gold ring with the 1744 gold ring, the best find of my life, basically, arguably. And that was with a massive coil, but I was in a field that didn't have a bunch of trash, so I was,
Yeah, you were covering ground, man.
Exactly.
Right. That was one of the nicest finds I ever seen.
Yeah, it was a beautiful ring. Beautiful ring.
Yeah, and it's the fact that you brought that back from the depths, like, it was gone forever, and you brought it back into history.
Yeah.
Right now, that's a housing project. That's the only reason we got on there, is because they were going to level it and build houses there. So the guy gave Chris, the guy from Detector Holidays, he said, go ahead and go out there. It's going to be gone in a month. So he did.
Yeah, that I still get chills thinking about it. It was phenomenal.
I got sick of you on that trip.
Yeah, I know. I had a big smile, and I walked around and told everybody how great I was,
Kind of like Frank.
Yeah.
Everybody has to have a Frank.
Yeah. All right.
You guys know I'm a published author, right?
Oh,
sure it was out there.
I'm sitting next to John Steinbeck over here.
Yeah, I can't wait to meet you in Florida. This is going to be awesome. Bring some extra copies. All right, here we go. Awesome advice question number 2. My girlfriend is constantly snuggling on the couch with my boss when he visits our home. Sometimes she even rubs his feet. Is this normal? Jesse F.
Depends how.
You're talking to
talking about.
I think that's called job security, isn't it?
Yeah, exactly. I don't know. That's a tough one.
I think I saw a show.
Two cops here. You put 2 cops here. We've seen stories like that.
Yeah.
May have heard something along those lines at one point.
We may have encountered those stories.
You made everybody on here squirm with that.
I know. I couldn't help myself.
I think I read about that somewhere once.
All right, Cage, somebody asked us a couple questions, so let's knock them out quick. Question to KG and Ringy: what find would you say is your most historical find, and what was the history of it? Tom D.
I don't know.
Your most historical find. That's tough because we've, I could say that. I could say that ring for me, but then again, you find.
You know what I think? I think it was both of us when we found Randall McCoy's home site, and then now it's an archaeological dig.
Good call.
I mean, for historical wise, that's probably one of the coolest. After we found the string of bullets that they carbon dated to the actual battle of the Hatfield and McCoys, and they're in Mingo County now in the Chamber of Commerce building, which is supposedly generating millions of dollars for the economy there, because people are coming to see those artifacts. So that historically is probably one of our tops. I know we have other good ones, but
yeah, I agree. That's pretty darn cool. I mean, arguably we've got several that meet it, but yeah, that's pretty cool. Okay, who breaks the most equipment? William M.
Camera guys.
I was just gonna say it's neither one of us. It's our camera guys. Yeah, for sure. That's
Frank
I may have broken a piece or two.
Frank has the habit of leaving things on the back of his truck and driving away with them on there.
Right.
I took a group of kids out for the college years ago, and I had let this young lady a White's machine, a very nice White's machine, And she got really, really tired of it in about 35 seconds. And I didn't feel like walking back in from the field. So I said, do me a favor, just lean it against my truck and I'll grab it when I come back. And I promptly ran over it. I promptly backed up, never looked at it, ran over it, destroyed it.
Didn't one of your brothers drive over their detector cage or something?
I think Bones did. Yeah, Bones,
did
I
he?
think, ran over here. And a couple diggers, they left diggers out. And
Oh, yeah.
I put memorials up for all the diggers I lost every time I leave when I back my truck and drive away.
I seen a guy with one of our shovels the other day, Tim, and it was bright orange. And I'm like, where the hell did you get an orange shovel? He goes, I painted it orange. He says, I've lost 2 of them already.
I have optic orange tape around my shovels just for that reason.
Yep.
All right. Is the Apex coming to the AT series, Ken J? None of us are qualified to answer that, I don't think. But after talking with the DOM and some of the higher ups at Garrett, I guarantee you that is on the to-do list somewhere, in some fashion. So I would say yes. What do you think? You arguing with me, Cage? You got something to say?
The question, I was thinking of something else.
Yeah, I bet you were. I said, is the Apex coming to the AT series? In some fashion, probably.
What's funny is they are always dropping stuff on Tim after they do it because they're so afraid we're gonna blab our fat mouths off. So we don't be like we'll like we showed up and they had these brand new pouches, and they hey, we got these new pouches. Like, well, when the hell didn't you tell us you make these? Well, we just decided to make them, just like the coils. They go, oh yeah, now we got 4 different size coils. I'm like, really? How come you don't tell us this stuff?
They don't trust us for anything. Everybody, I get 3 emails a day at least saying, well, what are Garrett's plans for this and that? And it's like, you're asking the wrong people because they do not trust us as far as they can throw us.
Right.
It's the same way with Mind Lab. When a product comes out, everybody's calling us. They find out about it before we do. The dealers do, and I'm like, I never even heard of this. What are you talking about? Oh, well, it was on this channel, or somebody was on this blog. I'm like, how the hell these people know this stuff? And we, the dealers, don't even know.
You'd be surprised what you can find out when you get an engineer drunk. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
Yes.
All right. Let's see. I think we got one more. One was a bucket list of places to hunt for all of us. I know KG and I have answered this a bunch of times, but I always say like the White House lawn just because it'd be kind of fun, and weird and different. And Cage, didn't you always say something about diving somewhere? Or
I don't know. I always wanted to dive down to a shipwreck.
Oh,
One day. As long as it wasn't over like 60 feet deep.
Yeah.
Playboy Mansion.
Yeah.
Playboy Mansion, not a bad answer.
Thank you. I might even bring my detector.
Yeah. We'll be looking out for all kinds of rings there.
He won't have batteries in it, but he's bringing it.
I don't know if I'll get to swinging my detector at all, but
yeah, you'll be swinging. You'll be swinging.
Yeah. Bring my bathrobe.
Yeah.
Gettysburg.
Right. Yeah.
What about you, Ron? What do you think?
Well, I don't know. A lot of these places that are abandoned in the woods and stuff like that, places that you got to do the research to find. There's a lot of hidden stuff out there. I've seen so much stuff come out of the wooded areas. It's hard to say. It's really hard. Yeah, I mean, it's all everybody wants to say. Yeah, I'll go hunt like Gettysburg. Yeah, well, that would be the prime spot. But
exactly.
I don't think everybody wants to go to jail for 10 years.
No.
It's a hell of a trade.
You can dream.
Yeah, you can dream. Yeah. One of these days we'll probably have to talk about all that stuff. How, they should let us all detect there, but That's I don't want to get angry, and I just still want to get riled up.
That mystery, metal detecting federal permit that they've been talked about since Lincoln was president.
Yeah. Well, hey, we got a couple prizes to give away. One's a pack of cards for some cool find, and then another one's the main prize pack, and we got some cool stuff. I think like an original Digger's hat.
Nice.
And
thanks
a
again
whole
for
bunch of stuff.
everything.
This one's
Thanks again for
embroidered.
everything you sent to Detect America. I've been coming up with
Oh yeah.
KG and Ringy packs. I pack a DVD, one of your coins,
Nice.
cards. I've been giving them away left and right, and people are loving them. So thanks again for that.
Yeah,
buddy. Anytime.
No problem. We got to give this stuff away here. I'll play a little thing here. Cage. What do we got here? Well, let's do the find first. This is kind of fun.
Fantastic finds.
All right. This is pretty cool, man. Somebody sent this in a couple weeks ago, I think. But he found a 1916 D. Merc.
Whoa.
Yeah. I mean, Rick.
That's in good shape.
Yeah, that's the actual coin,
Wow.
that he sent. He sent me the picture of it. So that's pretty cool.
His name wasn't Brandon, was it?
No, it was not.
Yeah, he's found enough. He needs to give everybody else a shot now.
Yeah. And then
him and his 16 day. It's all I ever hear.
yeah. And then so we got Rick there, and then for our main big old prize package, Richard. You just won a bunch of stuff. You won the Digger's hat, a bunch of stuff, even
nice.
So that's all good. And if you want to know how to win all this stuff, all you got to do is comment on this feed for next week. Everybody that's already commented on here, I see there's a billion comments. You're already entered for next week. So we'll give away some awesome stuff like, I don't know. How about this birding magazine?
Beautiful. I'll take it.
Yeah. Hey. While we're doing this, I found something, KG. I think we should give this away. By the way, we're going to give away an NX5 shovel after the Super Bowl. So
nice.
one of the shows after the Super Bowl, we're going to give away an NX5.
What happens if Satan beats Kansas City?
I don't know.
Just a hand digger.
Yeah. Yeah. Hey,
Garrett Edger.
Look at this, Cage. I just opened this out of the plastic. This is so weird. I have one of these.
Show me.
Here we go. See, it's an embroidered ATC shirt that's black. But on the back of it, look at this. It's never even been opened. I'm opening it now. It's an original Digger's staff T-shirt from Anaconda, and this had
kind of like to have that.
Yeah, I was just gonna say I've got one, but this the screen on the back for some reason didn't hold up very well in the wash. But this thing is in mint condition. It's size large, and I'm thinking about like giving it away. Should I give it away like next week or something?
Anytime.
It's a pretty freaking awesome piece of Digger's memorabilia.
Beautiful, sir.
Anyway, we'll give that away too. I think that'll be a cool prize. What else we got?
I wish we had prizes as cool as Detect America.
Oh, I know.
They give away giant silver coins, bath rubs.
You'll get there one day.
I was cleaning this coop to prepare. I had to make a little room for Steve. And that's the big running joke is what I find when I clean it. So today, one of the future prizes today was a flying eagle set. I pulled out of some corner of this thing.
When we used to do
No
the show,
way.
Yeah, the flying eagle.
When we used to do the show from here, I would just go. I would say, I'm going to give away a prize, whatever I find on Frank's floor, and I would go around here and find like large cents and stuff. And just give them
There's
away.
been a couple reals pulled off this floor.
No way.
Yeah, I think maybe Benedict Arnold have a headquarters here, but
But
we're just saying.
Our biggest deal is our great sponsor, Ron DeGhetto from the Gold Digger Metal Detectors. He just is awesome. He's our third rock in this wheel, and he donates a lot of the prizes, and he takes I gotta watch what I say with you guys.
Ronnie's like Mo of the Three Stooges.
He meets all the metal. He meets all the metal detecting needs of the members of
He
our page.
checks all the boxes.
I almost said things like he services our members.
Yeah, he does service your members. He does a great job of that.
I'm one of the members, and I'll be in Florida.
Yeah.
And you'll be wanting service.
And the customer's always right. I'm a VIP member.
And the best part of our group is they all donate prizes to be given away.
Yeah, it's amazing.
It's just a family atmosphere that we have.
It's not like we request anybody to give anything.
No.
We don't request money. You know, once in a blue moon, we're doing a shirt for FH7 or something like that.
Right.
We don't request anything. And we've got the guy who won your coin tonight, or your prize pack tonight, Richard. Last year at the end, we were raising money for a friend of ours who was a co-host who passed away. Donated a CTX 3030.
No way.
Another guy that donated an Ace 400 pack, or the pack. We gave away like 8 detectors, and these besides what Ronnie gave us, these were stuff that was donated by members, just reaching out and doing something for the group.
Yeah, that is really cool.
They're way better than us.
Yeah, they are. I don't know, Cage. We might as well just press stop on the stream right now.
Look at this nice shirt you could win.
Hey, we've got shirts and hats.
The way I see it is, you guys are part of the Detect America family as well.
Yeah.
And it's going to be even more bonded when we get together in Florida and just,
Oh, we'll have a good time. Hey, by the way, there's going to be 2 weeks in a row where we're not going to have a show on the regular time because obviously we're going to be at this event. So we'll be down there with these guys. We'll probably end up going live with them for
I'm sure we're going to
various
go live too,
lines.
So no, we're all going to be live and doing that stuff.
Yeah. But
we are held.
I hope I don't die.
Bound to doing shows. Like last night, we were like 3 minutes late, and people were posting things, sending messages. Are you doing a show? Like, if we don't do a show,
is everybody okay?
They threaten to kill us.
Well, that's anything you want to say, like before we close out or whatever. I mean, anything you need to announce or say anything.
Like I just said it. You guys are the best. We love having you as part of the Detect America family. We love your show, and it's gonna evolve into something really big because you guys are already big. And
we're huge. We're massive.
We love the fact that you guys are doing it because you know what? We have a group of guys that do blog shows, and we try to embrace everybody, and everybody that does a show, in particular you guys, it makes what we're doing even bigger and better. And it just enhances everybody else that's out there doing this, and it's fantastic.
Well, right? We can't wait to embrace you as well.
Yeah. Well, we tried to pick a time slot where we didn't mess with anybody's shows because there's a lot of different shows out there. Perfect. So we tried to pick the time slot to not make anybody mad, but
no, it's perfect.
No, it's great.
Sorry.
Absolutely.
It's great only because you didn't cross our time path.
Well, you know what?
We knew that, Ronnie.
We knew that. You're not stepping on anybody. We have another couple of friends that do a show that comes on tonight at 7, and they're done. But half hour before you guys kick off, so it's all.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
So when are you guys on? When is Detect America on? Tell everybody.
Every Monday and Wednesday at
Thursday.
Every Monday and Thursday at 8 p.m. Eastern.
Awesome.
2 days a week.
That COVID did that. We started doing the 2 days a week thing.
Yeah.
And you just haven't stopped.
No, we can't stop. That's the problem.
We're not allowed.
They're like COVID. They can't stop.
As long as they're coming to see us and we're having a good time, then we're
I think our show really helped a lot of people in the COVID crisis, that the confines and the quarantine. We really did, and we had some really good.
Well, this is the first. Shows. This is the first show me and Steve are doing together in
since
9 months, 10 months.
Really?
It's only because he tested negative and I'm a hermit. So.
Yeah, I was
doing the shows together, but it worked out so much better from remote that I don't have to drive over here.
Yeah. Hey, why not?
Yeah.
And the other reason is my wife can't bother us when I'm here. So God forbid.
I'm at the back of my property. My wife won't dare come out in this fine building of mine.
Frank lives in a far corner of New Jersey, so far away. I mean, he's 45 minutes away from Steve.
We like to refer to it as the armpit of New Jersey.
No, that's up by me, the armpit.
Sleepover.
We're the lower pit.
You're the lower pit.
The worst pit. But thanks for letting us on your show, guys. You did
Yeah, it
great.
was great. It was really
Thank
good.
you, buddy.
Lot of fun.
All right. Well, hey,
Yeah.
like I said, everybody leave your comments. You'll be entered for next week's prizes and everything. I don't know. I think we already had a cat appearance tonight, so I
I
guess.
saw it.
Yeah. Well, I was out in the little boys' room, so I guess we'll take us out here with this awesome.
Well, let's thank everybody
thing.
for tuning in and watching us and supporting us. Because
No,
without
I don't want to
them-
thank anybody.
Without
I don't
them,
care.
we wouldn't have
I
3
don't care about
fans.
anybody. All right, go
That's why
ahead.
I'm
Go ahead
more
and thank them
like
then. Why don't you thank them then,
I just
Cage?
did. I just did.
No,
And
as
now
you
I'm
said,
just
you're
remaining
gonna
their-
thank them. You didn't thank
Well,
them
I'm
yet.
going to remain their favorite because you just said what you did.
You are the favorite, which kind of upsets me a little bit. That does bother me. I know I pretend like it doesn't, but every time like little kids will come up, it's like, who's your favorite? It's like, oh, KG. And I'm just like, why? All right. We're done. I think we've had
us
enough
out.
of all this. Let's take it out, boys. Here we go. Thanks, guys.
Okay.
Thanks for
Thank
joining
you.
us.
You
Good night,
guys.
everybody.
Thank you.
That's it for this week. Thanks for watching the Runnin Gunnin Podcast Show, brought to you by Garrett Metal Detectors and ATC's NX5 Diggin tools. Check the ATC event calendar at anacondatreasure.com for showtimes, and tune in again for another extraordinary program packed with brilliance, insight, and fascinating guests. Wait a minute, am I still talking about this show? Anyway, may silver and gold find its way into your pans and under your coils this week. Nectar in the pot for everybody. KG and Ringy out.